Everyone memorizes differently, and what works for me might not work for you. But what if I told you there are 6 science-backed ways that actors memorize fast? And one of them might be your perfect fit. Let's go through these 6 methods to find out which one is perfect for you. There are many reasons why actors of all calibers need to memorize fast. Whether you're in a community theater production, school production, or you're a working actor who gets an audition the night before and you have to have it ready like that, you get a lot of lines sometimes, and you need to be able to whoop, put it in your head and whoop, spit it out. So I encourage you to try each one of these 6 styles I'm going to show you. Don't skip past any because you never know what type will actually work best for you. There are some weird ones out there, but they actually work in the end. So I'm going to stop stalling. Let's get into it. Method numero uno. Chunk and chain. Chunk and chain is when you break down your lines into numerous chunks, and each chunk will have a motivation, an emotion, something that helps separate it from the rest of the scene. Then we link or chain them together by finding a through line that makes sense of all of the emotions and motivations you've picked for those chunks. Basically, you're not using the exact words to pull everything together, you're using actor motivation. The science behind this is that our brains store about 4 to 7 chunks of information in our short-term memory at once. Not really any more than that. It's called Miller's Law. Chunking the scene gives the brain bite-sized goals and helps to boost the retention that you'll hold on to the words. Who is this helpful for? Those big picture thinkers. You want to see the whole vision of something rather than all the little tiny details. It's really helpful for the actors who get overwhelmed by a huge chunk of text and instead just want to tackle things maybe more emotionally or in grouping. Go try it out. Our second trick to memorizing is called movement anchors memory. The way I like to approach this trick is through movement. Basically, walk around while saying your line. Change directions you're moving every time the objective or emotion changes for you in that scene. It's pulling a little bit of that chunk and chain concept in there, that you're actually physically moving yourself for every chunk. But you're doing this now through your body instead of just on written paper. The science behind this one is that movement actually activates your hippocampus in your brain, which helps you to have physical retention of memory. It's tying your body movement to the scene. Now, who does this help? Kinetic learners. A kinetic learner or actor, honestly, just a lot of creatives in general, are people who usually need movement and fidgeting to help them keep focus. Basically, if you can't sit still, this is your jam. A little bonus to this trick: if you already have your blocking for your scene done and you're trying to use this, literally walk out your blocking for the scene. Because here's the thing, kids, your blocking in a scene should combine with your motivation as an actor. So you could just be doing your blocking in the scene and make it work for yourself. Movement always has motivation to it on stage. That's your little actor tip in here too. Anyway, let's keep going. Trick number 3, record it, loop it, forget it. Basically, this one is just right there in the title. Record your scene. You're going to loop it in the background while you're doing things, whether you're doing chores, you're going to work, you're exercising, whatever. It's just always kind of on in the background, and then forget about it. Just have it there passively working in your brain. The science behind this is that auditory loop that we're creating by constantly having the same thing going over and over again actually passively works in your brain to get it to seep into your subconscious. The easiest way to describe this is through music. If you just constantly hear a song playing when you go to the grocery store and then to the gym, and then it's playing in your car on the radio, all of that jazz, and then you just start to kind of know it, that's the science behind this. It's the same thing, except you're playing your scene instead of the song. So who does this help? Audio dominant learners. No surprise there. If you're one of those people who just, listens to some music and then the lyrics are just magically in your brain somehow and you can just spout them all off, this is probably going to be the one you want to go with. It'll feel the most natural for you. That honestly brings up a good point. Everyone comment down below if you're either an auditory learner or if you're a visual learner, because I find that a lot of people cater to the visual learners, but not a lot to the audio learners. I'm an audio learner myself, so let me know down below what you are and if you have any other tips and tricks that you like to use. Okay, on to number 4. In the same vein of what I was just saying, this trick is now called the first letter method. This is for visual learners. I'm going to be real with you. I've never used this. Like I said, I'm an audio learner, but I have friends who have used it and they say it works really well. So here's what it is. Basically, you have your whole line of text and you just take the first letter of every word in that line and put it all in a row. So you're creating a sequence of letters and each letter will symbolize in your brain what that word is. So example being, if the line is "get out right now, Fred," you would write Gornf. Gornf. Get out right now, Fred. Now you have all of these letters that are your symbols for each word. Now, just every time you look at those symbols, the words will start to come to you. Once you get those specific sentences out, then you make it even bigger for yourself and you kind of scale back. So it's like this. Our original line, "Get out right now, Fred," is followed then by "I'm going to be late." Let's say you already wrote the "I'm going to be late," IGTBL, that thing. You already did that. So now you got both. We now just have the first letter to represent the sentence. "Get out right now, Fred," G. "We're going to be late," W. And you can keep zooming out and out and out if you want to, and you keep making it smaller for yourself. So you just have a couple symbols that help you basically memorize a scene. The science behind this is that a mnemonic device is actually triggering pattern recognition and visual memory. And that type of learning has been proven to be far more effective than just passively reading over and over and over and over and over again. Who is this for? Visual learners, and specifically people who are really good with puzzles, I've noticed. If you love symbols and mind maps and that's just how your brain works, this is probably going to be really good for you. Trick number 5, paraphrase, then polish. For this trick, you're going to say all your lines in your own words, and then you're going to say it with the actual text. The purpose behind this one is to have you focus on the meaning of what's happening in the scene by putting it in your own words before you switch to memorization, which is just known words. This strengthens something called semantic memory, which is much more durable than just rote recall, and it helps to lower your mental load too. This is great for analytical learners, actors that need to understand what's happening before they actually are able to retain the information. This is perfect for all you scene study nerds out there, which I'm included. And let me also just say, even if you do these other methods of memorization, because you have to change your method of memorization based off of time factors as well, I would say this is just a general exercise to do. Being able to put any of your lines into your own words shows that you're making a personal connection with your character. So I think this is not just memorization, this is just perfect for being a good actor. Everyone put this in their back pocket. And on to our final one, my favorite. Run the scene. Practice with a real person. Nothing beats having a real person actually run through the scene with you. It doesn't have to be your scene partner. It could be your mom. It could be your roommate. It could be whoever. The science behind this one is that social interaction, we're actually doing the scene here, activates mirror neurons in your brain. It helps to put the whole thing into perspective as a real lived experience, which is what we want as actors. We want the whole thing to feel real for ourselves. Basically, you're just practicing the scene up on your feet. I mean, that's a good thing to do. This is super helpful for all of the people who learn their lines during rehearsal. You don't have to do it during rehearsal. You could do it before, and then you can actually get deeper in rehearsal. I'm putting a little asterisks into this one too to help you out. If you don't have anyone to run this with, you could probably run it with AI. Just upload your scene to one of the GPTs, and or there's apps that do this with you too now on the App Store that are free. Go check those out, upload your scene, and just run it with it. Now remember, for all 6 of these memorizing techniques, they are scientifically proven to be going hand in hand with the type of learner you are. So really, to figure out what kind of learner you are, you gotta try them all. I know, seems daunting, but just test each one out, see what actually sticks with you more and what you pick up the fastest, and then you're able to take that with you for the rest of your life. Once you get it, you will love it because you will never have to dread memorizing again. Trust me, I've been there. I really didn't like memorizing, but learning these 6 different categories of memorizing really helps me depending on the scenario I'm in. That being said, if you're a great memorizer as an actor, you also might be interested in having your whole career built out. I have a free playlist that I'm linking right here. Go check it out. It's called my Actor Essential playlist. You basically start at video 1 and just go all the way through. I hold your hand on how to set up your entire career as an actor with tangible steps. Not just like go believe in yourself. You guys should do that too. But I'll actually hold your hand through figuring out headshots, figuring out demo reel materials, figuring out how to have actor profiles. Where do I get auditions? All that jazz just in that playlist for free. Thanks so much for joining me for another video, and I'll see you next Sunday. Mwah!